Sometimes it's kind of mysterious the way happiness arises or the way joy arises in our mind, and it's good to investigate why does that happen. Because it's not random. There's definitely causes and conditions for it, but it can seem random if we don't investigate. Today being Songkran, the Thai New Year's, is a time of coming together for the lay community, specifically the Thai community. People who really appreciate, have a lot of gratitude for this place, but also the Western community there will be people, non-Thai speakers here as well. So this is something where we do these simple ceremonies which act as reminders, expressions of faith, it's helpful to have expressions of faith, because when we have an expression of something, it's a way to acknowledge it or be mindful of it, and a way to gauge where it's at, how much joy is our faith bringing up, how do we feel about it, about the practice, about the training, about the Buddha, about the Dhamma, about the Sangha. And good to know how we feel about these things. Where is the heart? But things that bring up joy, this is quite interesting. Because sometimes we can meditate, and we just get more and more miserable. And the joy isn't coming up, and we might think, I've been meditating so many hours a day and the joy isn't arising, what's going on? You hear these talks about bliss and whatnot, and what's going on. So I think it comes back to how we're using our thinking. Certainly, Luang Por Pasano and all of our other teachers have told us thousands of times that it's not about stopping thinking, which, even though they've told us that thousands of times, perhaps we don't really know it yet. But it's certainly not about stopping thinking, but it's about right thinking and wrong thinking. Like Luang Por Cha said that the reason we suffer is because of wrong thinking. Or Luang Por Liam saying, if you just know how to think properly, you've got it, that's it. So certain thoughts can bring up joy, and thoughts brought up at the right time, when we're in the right state, they can be extremely powerful. So I was thinking along this theme because I kind of had this experience last night during the meditation where mind was just all over the place, because coming out of retreat, picking up a big work project at the workshop, and the mind was proliferating around these things, and I was coming back to the breath, but the mind was straying off again, but then I started having some critical thoughts and just distracted thoughts. But then I started thinking about different Kruba Ajahns, deciding to just direct the thought in that way. And then I just had this thought, I've met Arhants. Just that one thought, and then a lot of joy coming up based on that thought, and hair standing on end, and this is actually not a small thing. So acknowledging things that we may not have acknowledged, like we've met enlightened beings, we've met enlightened people in our life. We have that opportunity here, just to meet these beings, which are rare in the world. And that's Sangha, that's joy connected with Sangha. It's also Dhamma Piti, which is the joy connected to the Dhamma, and Buddha Nusati, the recollection of the Buddha, the lineage of the Buddha and the great Arhants over history and down to the Kruba Ajahns. So just thinking about these things, just that type of a thought, when brought up at the right time, can bring up a lot of joy and lightness, and the energy can suddenly feel very clean, very pure. So I'll leave that as a reflection for this morning.